Good evening and welcome to MetroFocus. I'm Jenna Flanagan. A new report from the National Transportation Safety Board has determined that a common sleep disorder was the cause of 2 destructive railroad accidents in our region. The findings from the NTSB focus on the crashes at the Hoboken station and the Atlantic terminal, occurring within 13 weeks of one another and resulting in 1 death and more than 200 injuries. Investigators declaring in both cases that the engineers who failed to stop their trains before reaching the end of the track were suffering from chronic fatigue as a result of sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is an illness where people experience obstructions in their airway while sleeping, causing interrupted sleep and fatigue. To break down the key findings of this report, I'm joined by the former managing director of the NTSB, Peter Goals. Peter, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So first, let's start off with this Hoboken crash. So what was it that you were able to discern from the findings in the report?
Well, there were 2, I think, critical findings. One was the diagnosis of the obstructive sleep apnea that the engineer was suffering from and had been suffering from it for some time. And then the second finding was the decision by the operators not to have positive train control, the automatic braking system set up in the terminal area. And I think that decision was made because they thought the trains were running at such low speed that this system, which can be expensive, was not necessary. And the combination of those 2 decisions, or the combination of the sleep apnea and the decision not to have positive train control, were the critical underpinnings of this accident.
So tell me a little bit about the efforts on the part of the NTSB to reduce fatigue.
Well, fatigue in transportation has been on the most wanted list for the NTSB for some time. And we have been, when I was at the NTSB, it was a growing issue. It has been a compelling issue over the past 20 years that the operators of trucks, of railroad engines, even aviation aircraft suffer from fatigue, and that work schedules, what people, whether they are arriving fit for duty, as we say, has become a more and more important safety component in investigations. And in virtually every investigation, the NTSB starts looking at the potential of fatigue playing a role.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because that seems to be the antithesis of the way so many Americans have become accustomed to working, where you just go, go, go until you can't anymore. However, what is the danger, the public danger, to having so many engineers this fatigued on the job?
Well, here's the problem. The Department of Transportation had, in fact, published a proposed rule that would have mandated testing and fatigue, sleep apnea testing, and sleep apnea countervention strategies for engineers and for truck drivers. Both the Federal Railway Administration and the Federal Highway, PHMSA, had co-issued the rule. As part of the Trump administration's effort at cutting back on so-called red tape, they pulled that rule. And so there is nothing in the works now at the federal level, and that really is quite tragic.
But I do understand that New Jersey Senators Cory Booker and Bob Menendez have introduced legislation that's trying to address that. Is this something that you think has a chance at life, given the current administration's position?
Well, both Mr. Menendez and Mr. Booker have been very aggressive on this issue, and they've been aggressive supporters of safety. I don't think. I think their effort has a chance to pass the Senate, but I don't believe, given the current makeup of the House of Representatives and the strong anti-government tendency, particularly on the part of the Freedom Caucus, that it will go anywhere in this House. And I'm not sure that this administration wouldn't veto it. So it's an uphill struggle until there are changes.
How do we compare, at least in our region, to other parts of the country when it comes to rail travel?
Well, we are one of the most intensive passenger rail areas because of the Northeast corridor. And Amtrak tries diligently to run a safe operation. But it needs, I think, it needs the overlay of federal intervention on this, and it's not just railroads; it's trucking as well. And I applaud Mr. Menendez and Mr. Booker for pushing that, and I hope they move it forward and get a vote at least in the Senate on it this year.
Listen, Peter Goltz, thank you so much for joining us on the program and giving us your understanding of the NTSB reports.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.